do like an intro? You want to say?
We can do an intro,
Yeah.
yeah. So, hello. You may not know who we are. I am Jac and this is Andy, and we are Jivamukti teachers, Jivamukti yoga teachers in Saffron Walden.
Yeah.
So we thought we would share with you a little bit about what Jivamukti yoga is, why it might be a different experience for you, and why we love it so much.
And why you should come to class.
Oh, and why you should come to class.
So Jivamukti, what does it mean? What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, because I remember when I saw it on like the timetable at Cam Yoga, which was where I first started going to Jivamukti classes. It was like, what is that even mean? What is that? Jivamukti yoga? Did someone just make that word up? What is it? What does it mean?
What does it mean? Oh, yeah. So Jivamukti, he knows. It's made of two words. It's a Sanskrit word. The word Jiva means your essence of life, your spirit, your soul. You know, what makes you alive. And Mukti means free or liberated. So in essence, the goal of the practice is to feel free in your life, liberate your life essence.
Nice.
Does that sound like a fair cop?
Yeah. Freedom from everything which like keeps us stuck. Yeah.
Physically, mentally, your energy.
Spiritually, all of that stuff. And we are here at Mokshala, and the Sanskrit root of mukti is moksha, which means freedom. So this is a place where you can become free.
Freedom.
Be free.
So it's probably fair to say that we're a pair of Jivamukti geeks and addicts or freaks, if you like.
Yeah.
We love it, which is why we teach this method of yoga. It's really benefited us, but it's benefited me massively. Why do you like it, Andy?
I think for me, I was so far out of my comfort zone when I started practicing Jivamukti, because I was practicing on Saturday mornings at the gym with Lorna. Hi Lorna. And I loved that class so much. And then when I started going to Jivamukti classes, it was, I was sweating before I even started the postures, and I, the chanting. I mean, I didn't even get any of that stuff. But there was something about it which, over time, it just led me back to a place that felt like home inside me. And honestly, I hadn't felt like that since, I don't think I'd ever felt like that. There was something so profound that it opened the door to a part of me that I had lost complete contact with. And when that door was open, it didn't close again. And it might have been ajar a lot of the time. It changed my life because it allowed me to really pour all of that stuff which had been covered up, pour all of that stuff that was inside of me out, and grow, and really become the person that I am now. So much growth has happened because of it. So in that sense, it freed me from all of the limiting beliefs I had about myself and other people and the world around me, to all of the different practices, the philosophy, looking at how I act in the world. I changed a lot of things. I changed my diet. I started really bringing a more kind of ethical, moral way to the way that I behaved, my thoughts, my words, my actions, all of that stuff. And also, chanting was something that, I couldn't bear. But that changed things as well. So there's a long answer.
It's a great answer. It's really hard to follow that. Ooh, yeah, all of the above. For me, it's very, very similar. I'd had a yoga journey which was very traditional, with a lot of very traditional teachings. Was how I began my yoga journey in India. way before I'd heard of Jivamukti yoga, and coming back to the West and to a job in the legal profession and going to yoga classes, there was really very little around that wasn't incredibly westernized. It was yoga but without the soul, with the heart of the teachings almost ripped out of it. It was asana, yoga postures. And when I first came across Jivamukti yoga, I'd resigned myself to going to a lot of yoga classes that were physically brilliant, absolutely phenomenal, and yet there was just a huge chasm missing. For me, I mean, I had my own practice, which was different, but going to a teacher who could, impart huge amounts of philosophical wisdom in ways which would really touch me. I'd not found it until I walked into my first Jivamukti class, and as Andy was saying, I was blown away. It was my beautiful teacher, Mark Stevens, who's based in Ely in Cambridgeshire, and I'm eternally grateful to him for introducing me to this method. So as Andy says, really it's when you step on a mat in a Jivamukti class, you never quite know where it's going to lead. It's more than just making an asana of yourself, of a yoga pose. So I think that's why we both like it.
Yeah, it's a real experience, isn't it? You move through everything, like all of the experiences that you have in your life. It seems like they're mirrored by the practice on the mat. Your aversions, the things you really like, the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
You can be triggered maybe by something that the teacher says, if they're talking about like something that's going on in the environment, because there's a big environmental focus with Jivamukti, those kind of things. And so it's almost like you're processing the experiences you have in your life on the yoga mat in a very direct way, and so that stuff is kind of present the whole time. But I've never felt unsafe in a Jivamukti class. I've never felt unsafe.
No.
Because it seems like every class that I've been to, wherever it is in the world, there's so much love that comes from the teachers.
So much love, and space is held for you. Just picking up on what you were saying there, though, it really does, I think, also makes you, this sounds strange, but makes you a better person. To really consider the environment around you, to really consider the other beings, animals. We have a really strong ethic of veganism, to look after those who don't have voices, which was something that surprised me that I would ever embark upon, and yet it unfolded as a result of this practice, which leaves no part of you uncharted. You have to look at the parts of you that you don't like, and in so doing you are able to then move through them, like Andy said, and become much freer and more authentic in your how you want to live your life.